115 men. Their forces were thinly scattered across the western plains. The amphitheater was built in 1989 as a tribute to the veterans of all wars. Today it is used for numerous concerts and civic events. There is an interpretive sign describing the Lewis and Clark expedition that can be found behind the amphitheater, overlooking the quarry and the Mississippi River. During the 1960s and the 1970s, portions of Jefferson Barracks County Park were used as landfill. During the 1980s, an annual balloon race was held in the park. Today, because of its large size, high school cross-country races are often held in the park in the fall months. The Dennis Schick Trail is located in the center region of Jefferson Barracks, with a north loop of 1.6 miles and a south loop of 1.1 miles. The loops intersect in the park, passing through fields as well as forests. There is a 20-station fitness course along the trail where you can crawl over obstacles and swing across monkey bars. There are drinking fountains and restrooms along the way. This is the location of the original Grant House, with an imposing gateway that still survives today, although the house was destroyed in a fire. Two huge cannons standing on their breech, with a cannonball on each muzzle, support the entrance gate. The emblem of the Ordnance Department can be seen at the crown of the arch. Two smaller cannons on each side of the large ones support the smaller pedestrian gates. The driveway and pedestrian gates, as well as the fence sections, were built of rifle barrels with fixed bayonets. Cameron Cross wrote, "The gate and fences were built of material condemned after the war between the states. The old smoothbore muzzle-loading cannons and the rifles and bayonets would otherwise have been disposed of as junk." The Powder Depot's commanding officer residence was once located here. It was built during the summer of 1878 as Captain Jonathan McGinnis became commander of the Powder Depot on July 12, 1878. He was the first occupant of the residence. This is the Jefferson Barracks General Hospital, which was built in 1891 and was located on this site as well. Southeast of the overlook stood the Women's Army Auxiliary Corps, the WAAC. The Women's Army Auxiliary Corps was intended to release men from non-combat jobs. Second Officer Evelyn Watkins brought the first contingent of WAACs, 150 strong, to Jefferson Barracks from Daytona Beach, Florida, on April 18, 1943. These WAACs of the 152nd WAAC Post Headquarters Company lived in two-story barracks located just south of the Grant House. Taco Bell course is located on the south end of the park and ties into the Dennis Schick Trail. It commemorates the Great Flood of 1993. Jefferson Barracks is an active military base, which is housing the Missouri National Guard at this time. This is one of the 3 Jefferson Barracks red brick buildings built in 1826. They were primarily used as hospitals from 1826 all the way up through 1946. They were built with a center block structure with 2 wings to increase airflow during hot summer weather. Balconies were added on later. This is an artist's rendition of Jefferson Barracks in approximately 1883. These were all wooden structures and do not survive today. The train depot was constructed in 1902 and was located northeast of the hospitals and operated until 1970 when passenger service was discontinued. The Missouri Pacific Railroad tore the station down in 1987. During the first half of the 1940s, thousands of servicemen passed through this station. The Post Exchange and Gymnasium, which is now the Missouri Civil War Museum, was built in 1905. During World War II, it played host to hundreds of athletic activities on the post. The ordnance shelter and surrounding campgrounds are used today for local school, charity events, and carnivals. Jefferson Barracks National Cemetery is located at the southern end of the park. The cemetery was established after the American Civil War in an attempt to put together a formal network of military cemeteries. The first known burial was Elizabeth Ann Lash, the infant child of an officer stationed at Jefferson Barracks. The cemetery covers 331 acres, and the number of interments as of 2005 is approximately 158,762.